for the camera. Okay, you guys. Hello on my YouTube people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you are out there, please give me a little tink, tink, tink and let me know that you are out there. Same for you. I see me bookster. Hi, Mimi. Ah! Oh, you got that Crown book. Isn't it awesome? I love that book. I just came back from not the barbershop, but the salon. Yes. Hey, Mimi, I'm so glad you got that book. Oh, I love it too. Yes, girlfriend. I love it. Okay. So before we get started, I'm going to go and get Tinkerbell because, like I said, she's harassing the neighborhood right now. I don't know if you guys can hear her barking. She's decided to wait right before story time that she wanted to go out. Yes. Hi, Tiffany. Hey, y'all. Author Tiffany Rogers McDaniel's in the house. Miss Tiffany, was that last week we read your story? But I have a new story from another independent author. Yes. In the same vein. Yours was about charity. And so good. And after story time, I'm going to go back to the thrift store and I'm going to, I overheard some people came in, they had a bag of like food or something like that, right? And I overheard the conversation, and because I volunteer at a food share, and there's always so much food left over, guess what? I'm gonna go back. She don't know that I heard what was going on. I'm gonna go back and bless her with some food that I know I probably will not even get a chance to eat all of it. So, Mimi, thank you so much. I really appreciate that because this was kind of like a weird day for me because I still have this thing I'm working with on my eyes. So I'm kind of halfway trying to cover it. Okay, Tinkerbell's ready to come back in, but thank you for that. I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You want to say hi to everybody? Come on. Come on. Hello, everybody. Hi. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Read to Me, Miss Tracey at YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. And thank you for Miss Tiffany signing in. Thank you for Miss Mimi and the compliment because I need it today. Okay. I am going to start, since it's National Women's Month, I have several women's authors and books about girls and women. Okay, this one is by Zora Neale Hurston and the Chinaberry Tree. I'm sorry. Yes, it's written by William Miller. Excuse me. And it's illustrated by Cornelius Van Wright and Ying Hwa-Hu. But the story is about the author, the little girl. Cool beans. I'm super excited about this story. Are you guys ready? Oh, wait. I haven't said the hello song. Tinkerbell, you didn't sing the hello song, girl. You did not sing the song. Oh, wait, Miss Mimi, I want you to see her. All right, here we go. Come on. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Ooh, good job, Tinkerbell. You sang that song good, girl. You say that song good. You was not off tune or nothing. Okay. Zora Hurston and the Chinaberry Tree. Okay, here we go. This is a good story. Well, all of our stories are good stories. Zora, wait a minute, so y'all can see. No, go that way, Miss Tracey. Okay, here we go. Zora and Hurston loved the Chinaberry tree. Her mother taught her to climb it one branch at a time. I know what, how about this? I'll scooch over this way. Me and Tinkerbell go that way. There we go. That's better. From the tree, she could see as far as the lake, as far as the horizon. Zora dreamed of fishing in the lake, catching bream and catfish in the moonlight. Zora dreamed of seeing the cities beyond the horizon, of living there one day. I like to fish. Now, I'm not so crazy about touching the fish or cleaning the fish or putting the bait on the hook. Not so much. But I do like being on the water in the boat and being out in nature and hearing the frogs and stuff like that. And truth be told, I feel kind of bad when I do catch a fish because I got to kill it to eat it. I do. I feel bad about it. I do. But I do like fishing, though. Okay, I just like being out on the water, on the lakes and stuff. Anywho, but only boys fished in the lake. What? What you talking about? Only men traveled to the cities. Zora watched with envy as the wagons rattled down the dusty roads. Only men travel to the cities. Well, her father told her to wear a dress, to leave tree climbing to wild boys who had no better way to spend their time. He told her to read the Bible every day, learn verses she could recite in Sunday school. He warned her about the girls who didn't obey their fathers, girls who didn't grow up to be young ladies. I wonder what happened. But Zora only listened to her mother. She taught Zora that everything had a voice, the trees and rushing wind, the stars in the midnight sky. She taught Zora that the world belonged to her, even the lake and the far-off horizon. So Zora went everywhere. She walked into the town store and watched while the men played checkers. King me, king me, king me. She asked questions and more questions until the men taught her how to play. I like the paintings in this picture. The drawing really nice. Looks like there's watercolor being used. She followed boys to the edge of campfires, listened while their fathers sang about John Henry, a man so strong. He swung a 9-pound hammer from dusk till dawn. She learned about Death, the great square-toed one who lived in the West. Death sat on a platform made of palm leaves and ruled with a sword in his hands. Zora learned about Africa, the place where she and her people came from. They had been kings and queens, builders of cities that stood for thousands of years. They worshiped gods who ruled the sky, the mountains and rivers, the stormy sea. One morning, Zora's mother didn't feel very well. She told Zora not to worry, that soon she would be well again. She told Zora to go outside and to play and climb her favorite tree. But Zora couldn't play. She saw how tired her mother was. She saw the pain in her eyes. Day after day, Zora sat beside her mother's bed, telling her the stories she had heard beside the campfires. Her mother smiled and asked Zora to always remember what she had learned. Stories, she said, kept their people alive as long as they were told Africa would live in their hearts. Zora promised to remember. Zora's mother slowly got worse. Oh no. Men and women came to sit up with her through the long, hot nights. Whew. The town doctor came. He gave her pills and shook his head and walked sadly away. Even the root doctor tried his magic. He rubbed snake oil and mustard salve on her face. He burned a tall white candle beside her bed, but nothing worked. Zora was sitting in the parlor when her father told her she would not see her mother again. Can you see Mama in the background where the doctor has his bag? Zora felt as if she had died. She watched while the old people stopped the clocks, put sheets on the mirrors. She watched while the women cried and the men stared at their Sunday shoes. But then she could sit still no more. Oh, that's sad. Zora ran from the house, ran all the way to the Chinaberry tree. She climbed the first branch and the next, climbed almost to the top. A sparrow sang to her in a voice like her mother's. The sparrow told her not to give up, to climb even higher. For his eyes is on the sparrow. From the top of the tree, Zora saw again the world her mother had given her. To the lake filled with fish, the cities where she would tell people all she had learned beside the campfires. Zora promised her mother that she would never stop climbing, would always reach for the newborn sky, always jump at the morning sun. Now, there's an author's note. Zora Hurston was born in 1891. She grew up in Eatonville, Florida, the first all-Black incorporated town in America. At an early age, she was exposed to the rich oral tradition of her community, stories, songs, and folk tales that celebrated African American life. Zora attended Howard University and Barnard College, where she studied anthropology. She traveled throughout the South, recording the folk tales of her people. She published these stories in a collection called Mules and Men. Zora was also the author of a collection of many works of fiction. Her most famous novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, is a classic of African American literature. It is a classic, and I do enjoy that story. Zora Hurston and the Chinaberry Tree, written by William Miller and illustrated by Cornelius Van Wright and Ying, Hwa-Hu. This book received a Reading Rainbow Book nomination and an award. Thank you very much. Like that story a lot about the author Zora Neale Hurston. Okay, well, was trying to wait until Miss Keturah, I may wait one more week for her to come on because I'm not sure if she's able to join us because I want her to join us for that. So, and again, now that story, remember some of the things that were said in that story, how girls and women could not go into the cities and fishing was only for boys. Well, guess what? This story puts that one to shame. It's all about being a doctor, not just girls being a doctor, because girls can be doctors too, right? Boys as well. So that's what we're going to read. This is a chapter book, a beginner's chapter book. This is from the I Can Read series. Doctors help sick and hurt people feel better. When little brother Jack hurts his foot, the family gets to meet all kinds of doctors. Do you know all the kinds of ways you can be a doctor? We're going to read and find out. Got this one from the I See Me bookstore. Probably the only thing that we love that could not be a doctor are our pets. Yeah, that's the only thing. Sorry, Tinkerbell, you can't be a doctor, but you can read books. You can read books with us, though. Yeah, you can read books with us. I think I skipped a page. Yep, no, I did. Come on. We are at the hospital. My mom and dad, my brother, Jack, and me. Jack is not so happy. His foot hurts a lot. I saw the whole thing. Jack flew off the top bunk, and maybe he forgot he can't fly. There he is. But Dad put ice on Jack's foot. His foot is black and blue. Mom thinks it could be broken. Womp, womp, womp. That does not look so good, Jack. Oh, poor brother. So here we are in the emergency room. It is a busy, busy place. Some people are hurt. Some are sick. It is a good thing doctors are here to help. I like to help people too, I tell the doctor. Her name is Dr. Tate. Maybe you will be a doctor someday, she says. Dr. Tate looks at Jack's foot. She touches it gently. Let's take an x-ray, she says. It will show us if any bones are broken. There's Dr. Tate. We go to another part of the hospital. An x-ray machine takes a picture of Jack's foot. A man comes in to look at the x-ray. Are you a doctor too? I ask. Yes, he says. I am Dr. Dean. I read x-rays. Hey, Eli, Ollie, and the baby! Hey, Miss Jess. Oh, the baby bump. Oh, okay, I didn't see the second line. And Corey. Hi there. I was like, wow, that's awfully soon. Okay, but anyway, welcome aboard. Okay. Oh, Dr. Dean is reading the x-rays of Jack's foot. The doctor sees a small break in one of Jack's bones. So next we go to see Dr. Jones, a bone doctor. Bone, 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 bone. There are doctors just for bones? I ask. I didn't see the second line at first, Jess. Yes, Dr. Jones says, just like there are heart doctors, brain doctors, heart ones, brain, skin doctors. Yep, there's Dr. Dean laying it all out. Let's see what Miss Jess said. Okay, July 4th. Okay, yes, awesome sauce. Who did you see to get those glasses? Dr. Jones asked. The eye doctor, I say. What do you call your tooth doctor? Dr. Jones asked. The dentist, I say. And who do you see for checkups? He asks. My regular doctor, I say. Oh, I get it. She's a kid doctor. Yeah, we have the eye doctor, the tooth doctor, call the dentist. Mom and Jack go into the exam room. Dad and I decide to get a snack. In the cafeteria, we see lots of doctors and nurses on their lunch breaks. Dr. Tate is one of them. I used to think there was only one kind of doctor, I tell Dr. Tate, but there are so many different kinds. What kind would you like to be? Dr. Tate asks. I don't know, I shrug. Well, would you like to meet a few more? She asks. I'm sure she would. Dr. Tate takes us around the hospital. We meet Dr. Lou, who is a baby doctor. I've always loved working with little ones, Dr. Lou says. Then we meet Dr. Kent. He helps people walk again after an injury. I really get to know people I treat, Dr. Kent says. Some of them I see every day. We meet Dr. Lopez, who works in a lab. She does tests to see what is making someone sick. You must like puzzles, I say. Yes, Dr. Lopez says. Our work is like solving mysteries. I ask Dr. Tate what she likes about being an emergency room doctor. I meet so many people, she says. Every day is different and busy. Wow, look at all the stuff going on in their back room there. Later, we go find Mom and Jack. Jack has on a special boot. He needs to wear it for a few weeks. It will help his bone heal. Jack can even walk with it. He is feeling so much better, all thanks to doctors. Hey, let's meet the doctors. The emergency room doctor is a doctor who works in the emergency room of the hospital. A radiologist, a doctor who reads x-rays, an orthopedist, a doctor who fixes bones. A neonatologist is a doctor who helps newborn babies. A physical therapist is a doctor who helps patients do exercises so they can heal and move better after they've hurt themselves. A pathologist, a doctor who does tests in a laboratory to figure out what is making someone sick. A dentist is a doctor who takes care of teeth. An ophthalmologist is an eye doctor, and a pediatrician is a doctor for children. What about, and Tinkerbell, if Tinkerbell has to need a doctor, guess where she goes? A veterinarian. Sure does. That is I Want to Be a Doctor. It's written by Laura Driscoll and illustrated by Catalina Echeverri. Got that from the I See Me bookstore. Okay, got some more adventures for you. Let's see. Since we're talking about being something one day, I have a Witty Kids book that I got from the I See Me bookstore. And this one is I Dream to Be written by Rebecca T. Clark. I Dream to Be is the first book in the Witty Kids When Imagination Talks to You series. This book introduces the character Jersey as she shares her dreams and encourages her friends to dream with her. Witty Kids is a unique book series designed to encourage imagination and creativity. In this book, children just like Jess, Miss Ollie, Mr. Ollie, Mr. Eli, Mr. Corey, and Jess and the baby bump, just like Miss Tiffany and Miss Mimi. Yep. They'll be introduced to a variety of occupations, learn new vocabulary words, stimulate imagination and creativity, receive encouragement to dream. Well, let's get started on this here book, shall we? Oh, before we get started, I want to check over here. One quick time. Yep, okay. Everything is still going over there. Awesome. Okay. Wanted to check the Read to Me Miss Tracey channel. Now, this book is dedicated to all the young readers out there. The world wants to see your vision. We sure do. The world wants to hear your ideas. We do. The world wants to know your inspiration. Use your imagination to go places beyond your wildest dreams. The world is so big, and we need all of you. Always see beauty in the dark and the light, for your passions can come from the smallest places. Witty Kids. That's you. Hi, my name is Jersey. I'm a witty kid. I am clever. I am creative. I like to write, draw, play sports, and I'm a straight A student in school. I like to make people laugh and smile. I like to learn and come up with ideas. One more thing about me is that I love to dream. When I dream, I wonder what it takes to make the dream come true. I dream all the time of the day. Sometimes I dream on the playground, in the car, at the store, and at night during bedtime. My friends tell me that I have a big imagination. Sometimes I help them create new ideas for school projects. One day, I told my mom that I wanted to invent something when I grow up. I told her that I want to invent a garbage truck that looks like a vacuum. Can you imagine that? From that day on, my mom gave me the idea to start writing down my dreams. She told me to use my imagination and write about my ideas, write stories, and write words so that I never forget. Well, I took her advice and started writing in my journal every night. I must admit, I'm a little nervous about sharing my dreams since this is my first time writing about my ideas. Writing should be easy, so I will start by writing what is on my mind. My goal is to inspire all my friends so that they can do it too. So come on and dream with me. Here we go. And see, that's like a dream bubble or a thought bubble. Well, dreams are thoughts, you know. I dream to be an astronaut. Wow. Do you ever dream about being an astronaut in space and exploring different planets? If this dream came true, I would imagine I could fly into space inside a spaceship and put on a really cool spacesuit. I would imagine I learned all about the planets, space, and gravity, and not gravity. I wonder if I could design my own spacesuit and use lots of neon color patches and buttons. I would imagine I could get to explore views of the universe to help researchers build better technology. As an astronaut, I would be reaching for the stars. Wow, imagine that. Imagine that. Excuse me, I'm reading here. She wants me to pet her. Spoiled brat. She's a brat terrier. I dream to be an engineer. If this dream came true, I would imagine I could build ideas and new products. I would imagine that math would be my favorite subject. I would question how things work and how they are created. I would learn about different systems using a computer and cool tools. I would use my imagination to come up with inventions that have never been created before. As an engineer, I would be full of ideas. I dream to be a chef. If this dream came true, I would imagine that I would love to cook. I would make meals inside a kitchen or a restaurant. I would imagine that I would like the smell and taste of different types of food. I would learn how to mix spices together to make the perfect dish. I would create recipes that people would love to eat. I would use fresh ingredients and measure everything properly. As a specialty, I would cook my favorite vegetables. Yummy! Ooh, especially the vegetables part. As a chef, I would be a treat. Bake a treat. Would be a treat. Bake a treat. Eat a treat. I dream to be an artist. If this dream came true, I would imagine I would wear a painter's hat. That is 3 times larger than my head. I would imagine that I would have a palette. That's what this is, where you put your paints on it. A blank canvas and an easel to draw my favorite pictures. I would learn how to use different techniques on sketching and drawing. I would use my sharp pencils and brushes to create my best designs. I would keep all my favorite drawings in a portfolio to show off my work. As an artist, I would be a piece of work. Yes, I'm sure Miss Jersey would. I dream to be a fashion designer. If this dream came true, I would imagine I would have my own style. I would learn how to design and make clothes. I would use my creativity to design outfits, pillows, shoes, and all kinds of fun things. I would imagine I would learn about the fabrics, patterns, and different types of materials so that I can make a variety of products. As a fashion designer, I would be very trendy. I dream to be a director. If this dream came true, I would imagine I would direct the making of plays and movies. I would imagine that I would learn how to select a cast from start to finish of the film. I would learn about screens and editing techniques. I would imagine that after each scene, I would say, "Cut!" I would imagine that I would work with a team to create the funny movie. As a director, I would be good at giving directions. Scene 13, action! I dream to be a veterinarian. Veterinarian. I have always had trouble saying that word. Veterinarian. If this dream came true, I would imagine that I would love animals. Well, sure, why wouldn't you want to love animals? I would imagine that I would take care of all the animals, even when they are sick. I would also take care of the furry rabbits and small puppies when they need vaccinations and bandages for their wounds. I would imagine I would help them to be healthy creatures. I would make sure pets that are big or small would be treated the same. As a veterinarian, I would be a pet doctor. Speaking of which, when do you need to get your next rabies shot, Missy? Let's make sure. Doesn't say on there. I gotta check that. Okay. Yeah, you're in for it, I think. It's been a while. I dream to be an author. If this dream came true, I would imagine I love to write. I would love to create stories that turn into books. I would use my imagination to write about stories that have happened or write about ideas that came true. I would imagine that I would love to write novels or poems to express my creativity. I would use my imagination to give the characters cool names. As an author, I would be a great storyteller. Yep, a great one. I'm sure she would. Now that my thoughts are ending, your dreams are just beginning. I am absolutely convinced that by opening my journal of dreams, you will gain the hope and confidence you need to dream big. My advice is to use your imagination station and write your own ideas every day. Start with an idea and then think about what it will take to make that dream come true. I want all my friends to join me on this journey. Let's use our clever personalities to create inspiration. What do you dream to be? There's a firefighter, construction worker, gymnast, a carpenter, a teacher, an athlete, an actress, a doctor, veterinarian, astronaut, coach, programmer, lawyer, artist, baseball player, basketball player, dentist, a pilot, a musician, film director, football player, marine, electrician, hairstylist, barber, chef, engineer, fashion designer, photographer, and video gamer. Yes, that dream can definitely come true, Miss Tiffany. And you know from firsthand experience. That's right. Oh, that book is a Witty Kids book series that I got from the I See Me bookstore. And it is called I Dream to Be, written by Rebecca T. Clark. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Okay, I have time for one more cutie pie book. It is called Sophia Sparks, with your own bow to wear. Well, I guess Eli and Ollie and Corey probably wouldn't want that book they don't want to wear the bow. But they could if they wanted to. And it's written by a little inventor with incredible ideas. Actually known as Elanor Best. and illustrated by Laura Eade. Sophia Sparks can invent anything she puts her mind to. There is just one thing she needs to get started: her bow. All right, one more story. Oh, and look, isn't that cute? I cannot wait to wear that. A glance at Sophia will draw your attention to the bow that unlocks her flair for invention. Eureka! This bow is the key to her skill. She is sure of that. When she wears it, she thinks of inventions galore. With her bow on her head, she can make anything. From glitter-filled rockets with jet thruster springs to robots that dance as they tie up your shoelaces, and houses with legs that compete in long races. Stop, Tinkerbell, quit it. Well, yeah, well, you're bugging me. Get it out, will you? Get it out. But no one invents different things like Sophia. Instead, all her friends work on just one idea. Isaac builds jet engines out of bright steel. Right there. Marie invents potions, and Nick builds new wheels. Bring, 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 bring. That's the potions bubbling up. That sound of it. One day, the students were given a test to transform their old bus and make it the best. Change sign, new glass, fresh paint, musical horn, armchair seats, and a slide. Fun getting off the bus on a slide. I would take that bus ride for sure. Sophia reached out for her trustworthy bow, but saw with dismay. Oh no! Dun, dun, dun! Where's her bow? Do you guys see it anywhere? I don't see it anywhere. Do you? Oh my goodness. Her stomach, it churned. Her spirits, they sank. She thought with no bow that her mind would stay blank. Oh my goodness gracious. Meanwhile, the others had worked at such a pace. They were already bolting inventions in place. But her classmates' ideas weren't working in sync, and no one could work out the one missing link. It's no use, cried Sophia as she stormed off to lunch, which was when, as it happened, she had a great hunch. Aha! She saw in the shape of the food on her plate how to blend their ideas and make the bus great. Mashed potatoes gave her the idea? Ooh, that just gave me an idea for dinner. She showed all her friends the potato creation and explained to them all her realization. If we work alone, then we won't get this done. But together, We'll do it even have fun. I like the way she thinks. The lab became noisy with hammers and drills. As the little inventors used all their skills. At last, they could see when they worked as a team, they could make something awesome. Whoa, there's the glass. They got new paint, new honking horn. Look at all the cool stuff they were doing. Ooh, and cookies. They could build the bus of their dreams. We got video games inside there. There's a game room. There's a ball pit in their bus. A cookie dispenser. Oh, and look at the exit. And a rainbow-fueled pump. Wow. Even a movie theater inside their bus. Wow. Auto drive panel, jet engine, a bouncy wheel. I'd like to take a ride on that bus, wouldn't you? You've all passed the test, said their teacher with glee. This bus is so cool, it's made local TV. You mixed your inventions to make every fixture. Kudos to Sophia, who saw the big picture. While all of her other classmates were watching the news, Sophia caught sight of her bow by their shoes. She picked it up quickly and said, her voice low, "My ideas are mine. They don't come from this bow." But she tied it in place and then gave a big grin, for the bow had let her know her ideas were within. Still a cute little bow, isn't it? Atomic news. Sophia's school bus is a sparkling success. Hear ye, hear ye. That is Sophia Sparks, a little inventor with incredible ideas, written by Elanor Best and illustrated by Laura Eade. That's the story time for today, you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Read to Me, Miss Tracey at YouTube channel. Thank you so much for reading along with us on the I See Me Bookstore page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super excited to have you guys aboard with us. I'm glad Tinkerbell could sit in on a spell with us. Miss Tiffany, glad Miss Author Tiffany and Miss Jess's family, Eli, Ollie, and Corey, and the baby bump, little rub on the baby bump. Thank you so much, you guys. Miss Mimi, thank you for signing in with us. Glad to have you aboard. Glad you got that Crown book. I love that book. Such a cute book. I love the painting and the colors in that. Just really, really love it. Just as much as I love reading all these stories to you guys, I really, really do. Okay, so what next? Be sure to wash your hands, take your vitamins, give yourself a hug. That's the easiest vitamin to give yourself because it's self-love, self-care. Wash your hands, eat all your fruits and veggies. What else can I tell you? Hug yourself several times a day. Read all the books you can get your hands on. Thank you very much for ordering them from the I See Me bookstore. What else can I tell you? I don't know. Thank you so much. Listen to mom and dad. Listen to wisdom that you get from these books and everything. Listen, but most important, listen to mom and dad. Do acts of kindness. And yeah, there you have it, folks. Mwah. See you later, alligator. in a wild crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, mwah, jellyfish. I'll see you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Mwah. Take care, everyone. Stay prayed up. Love you guys.